Hello, what's up, my fellow boxing fans? Yeah, wow, we have quite a weekend ahead of us. How about that? And of course, the big fight is on this Saturday, the 4th of May's Canelo versus Munguia. But first, I want to talk about at least one more fight, and that is Brandon Figueroa versus Jesse Magdaleno. That's a pretty big fight, actually. Also, even though I don't see there's no title on the line, but still, or actually there is the WBC interim featherweight championship. All right. Well, Jesse Magdaleno is kind of he showed a lot of promise earlier, but then he lost to who did he lose to again? um, I always forget, but yeah, he has been kind of not doing that much since that, and he's got 29 wins, 2 losses, and 18 knockouts. Yeah, he was knocked out by Isaac Dogbo, actually, in 2018. That's how he lost the WBO Super Bantamweight title that he won against Tonito Donaire, actually. And since then, he also lost to Raymond Ford last year, convincingly. And now he's fighting Brandon Figueroa, who is younger at 27, and Magdaleno is 32. Now, also Figueroa is quite a lot taller. He's 5'9", and Magdaleno is only 5'4". So, the only loss, he only has one loss, Figueroa. That was to Stephen Fulton, but that was, a close fight, I guess, a majority decision, a little maybe even controversial. That was against a guy that was really tricky and slick, Fulton, and since then he came back to win the interim belt that he is defending now. He beat Mark Magsayo, which was a really good victory also. Perhaps not as big as when he knocked out Luis Neri. He's so far the only guy who has defeated Neri as well. So, of course, I think Figueroa is the favorite here. I mean, what else? I don't think anybody is really going for Jesse Magdaleno except maybe his most ardent fans. But yeah, I mean, Figueroa is still on his way up. In his best years, and Magdaleno hasn't shown anything since he lost to Dogby that he really he did score a couple of pretty good wins against Rico Ramos, but he was also on the slide himself. Rafael Rivera, well, it's not a big name really, but anyway, against Ford it didn't look so good, and yeah, I mean, it looked like he was gonna be on the next big name, the big star of the Magdaleno brothers, but yeah, in the end it doesn't seem to be like that, and yeah. I mean, Brandon Figueroa really great. I mean, we're pretty amazing fighter. Really. I mean, also better than his older brother. That's what they have in common. Both have older brothers who got there first. I mean, to the game, but they have surpassed their achievements definitely. And Omar also, you know, really pretty good fighter, but not like Brandon. Definitely, yeah. Brandon and has like both the power and the skills, and yeah, enough better skill set than Omar anyway. Yeah, so I don't really, you know, I don't see, don't exclude that Figueroa will knock out even, or can knock out Magdaleno. And however, Magdalenos had his only knockout loss came in the 11th round, and he's a tough cookie, definitely. But I think now, you know, I don't know really, Figueroa, he can win both by knockout or TKO or on points. So it's pretty hard to know what to expect. I mean, he beat Magsayo on points, but Magsayo I think was definitely more in his prime than Jesse Magdaleno. So yeah, probably we will see. I think there's a good chance we will see a knockout happening there. But anyway, Brandon Figueroa, I think, will win this fight anyway. And if the knockout happens, yeah, probably not gonna happen in the first 6 rounds. However, who knows? We've seen quite a lot of upsets in recent years, so anything can happen. But I don't think it will happen before like round 7 or something. That's the round in which Figueroa knocked out Neri also. So yeah. Anyway, Brandon Figueroa will win this. I think there's little hope for Jesse Magdaleno. That I think we can safely say that. All right, and finally we go to the big fight, the main fight, which is of course Mr. Saul Alvarez Canelo versus Jaime Munguia. This is a fight for it all, like all the 4 major belts at 168 plus the ring belt as well. Wow, man, this is amazing. I mean, Canelo is still 33, but he's gonna be 34 this year, and having he's got some mileage on him, definitely. Being in so many fights, like 64 fights. Holy crap, man! 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. Wow, really? 2 draws. Oh yeah, against Golovkin and who else? Some guy really long ago. Yeah, I mean, his last fight was in September. He beat Jermel Charlo, but, Jermel had no business fighting him. He's not a 168-pound guy. Not really. His brother should have been the one fighting Canelo instead, but alas, that didn't happen. That could not happen. And, yeah, before that, he'll beat John Ryder. Yeah, both fights, good wins, but nothing really special. Also, an old Gennady Golovkin before that. So when his only foray into the light heavyweight, well, not his only one, but his latest one ended not so well for him. Yeah, so he was schooled by Dmitry Bivol. I don't even see how the judges could score it so close. I mean, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And now he's facing a guy, maybe for the first time since Callum Smith, anyway, a guy who is both bigger, younger, stronger, and punches harder, I would say, probably. Even though, I mean, I'm not saying Canelo doesn't hit hard, but I mean, Munguia really, yeah, he's got serious power, But it's not just that. It's the way he fights, man. He's got really crazy ability, this kid, to destroy his opponents. And, like, the only ones who went the distance against him were, like, Derevianchenko. That was a great fight. And Gabriel Rosado, and a few others were maybe against Dennis Hogan. Yeah, I remember that fight. Many were saying Munguia was overrated, but that was not his best night, and he proved that when he came back to destroy guys like I mean Jimmy Curran, Kelly, and yeah, John Ryder, not least. So yeah, Gary O'Sullivan also. So yeah, how do I see this going? Well, this is of course the thing is it can be an advantage maybe even that Munguia has had a fight this year and Canelo hasn't. So we don't know where Canelo is right now, what kind of shape he is. That's the thing. So it's hard. Therefore, it's hard to know what to expect. But of course, we know he's not. He's really hard to beat, and on his best night, almost unbeatable. However, I think also maybe he's gotten too much credit because some of his fights, like Saunders, he got a little lucky. Saunders got injured, had to quit, and Callum Smith was, that was his last fight, 168, and Kovalev also was no longer at his best and stuff like that. Danny Jacobs gave him a really hard fight also, so and of course those Triple G fights. So some of his greatest names that he got, one can say, at least some of those wins have question marks around them. Would he have won? Did he deserve all those, or both those wins against Golovkin? I wouldn't say so, definitely. I mean, would he have been so dominant against Callum Smith if the fight had been 175? Probably not. Probably not. Even though Callum Smith, he can blow hot and cold sometimes. We know that he's not the greatest fighter, definitely at 175, but he's still a capable guy, big, very tall, and yeah, can punch, and yeah. So anyway, yeah. I mean, if Munguia doesn't win this fight, it will be because he simply either was not ready for this fight yet, or he just, has problems with Canelo's style, which might as well happen, but I don't expect that to happen anyway. What I expect of Munguia is to deliver a great performance and, you know, take over the torch as the new great, Mexican fighter, and yeah, the new man at 168. If Canelo wins, it will just be a sign that he's still not done. He's still not finished or past his prime. And yeah, it will just be a sign that he's just too great for Munguia. And yeah, but I don't think so. I think Munguia is capable of beating him. Will he beat him? I mean, even if he wins, will he get the decision? That's the big question. We know how it can be fighting against these big names. I mean, it's America. So it's Vegas, baby. I mean, but Munguia definitely is the one that, let's put it this way, he needs this more than Canelo needs it, definitely, to build his career and future. He's 43 and old, and I believe Canelo was around that same kind of number when he first lost to Mayweather, I believe, yeah. probably, which was now over 10 years ago. Let's see, just gonna check now. Canelo. Yeah, he was 42-0 with one draw. That's right. All right. So no, almost identical. Yeah. So anyway, what I expect, as I said, it will be a fight. Definitely, it will be a fight. But Munguia, being the younger, fresher guy, if Canelo chooses to trade to slug it out with him, I don't think he will fare well, not at all. And if he chooses to a different approach to box more, be clever and focus on counter punching and stuff like that, going to the body, then he can win, of course, but it will still not be easy. Munguia fights the way he does, high energy, high intensity offensive fighter, and it takes its toll to fight guys like that. Eventually he may burn down Canelo and may be broken down. So my prediction is that Munguia will win this fight by a 10th round stoppage, maybe, or something, a late stoppage. Yeah, that's what I expect. And you will say, yeah, are you crazy? I mean, Canelo has never been stopped before. Yeah, but he's never fought anybody like Munguia. So, even Triple G, was already kind of, by the time they fought, he was kind of up there in age, actually, 35 years old, I believe he was, when the first fight happened. And Munguia is 27, peak years, peak age. Yeah, he's had a lot of fights, but so has Canelo, even more. So he's had far more big fights anyway. So yeah, I expect Munguia to win this fight and to take over, as I said, the torch, and Canelo, whatever happens. But I fear we will see a bullshit decision. I fear we will see Canelo win again, or maybe even a draw happen. That's what I fear will happen, but I hope it will not. Or it may happen that somehow Munguia gets reckless. He does well at first, then he gets caught to the body or something, and gets stopped. And yeah, everything is possible. But I think he can definitely win this fight. All right, thank you all, and see you soon. Bye.